Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Sunday, May 5th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 19 of 2024, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 74 degrees with a high of 81 and a low of 60. All right. Welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles, and laughs. Beautiful pictures. And for those of you that do adult coloring, the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always fun. Although I know a majority of you watch the broadcast after it airs. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who do watch it after it airs. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who'll see this broadcast when I download it to my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right. Hello, Miss Kitty. Mamie. Hi, Dana. Julie, hello. Amy, hello. Hello. Hey, Thomas. All right, Thomas is in the room. Okay, so the format of my broadcast is I always do a duet piece, which means it's a piece that I give to you from one of my books. You can get it out of my Facebook group, so it's always a good idea to be a member. This is from Eggshell Cuties Jubilee, an adult coloring book. Thank you, Thomas. Maggie did this cover. It's a pretty nifty book. And thank you for all the feedback on this particular image. All right, and the second piece that I'm doing is I happen to be doing the Disney. This is the Disney Dreams Collection, the Princess Edition. Hi, Stephanie. And this is how far I've gotten along. I really just need to do the sky. Hello, Marcy. All right, Stephanie's here. Marcy's here. Yep. Linda, the three amigos are here. Uno, dos, tres. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Wally. Hello, Emily. All right. So we've made good progress on this. I hope you've been enjoying it. Like I said, I just need to do the sky and the bird and some tweaking. All right. Now, before I forget, sometimes my brain is a sieve. You guys have been giving really great feedback on Thomas's picture. So, for those of you that haven't seen it, I thought I would show it to you. Kitty, I'm so glad you got your mandala picture, your mandala book. How do you like it? Now, I also did a post to everybody. This is a reminder that you're not alone. Isn't that a great saying? I thought you guys would enjoy that. All right, are you guys ready for this? Here is the picture that Thomas did. Isn't that cool? You guys have been already commenting on it, but I wanted to give it an extra kick by showing it on the broadcast. Look at that. Very colorful, very pretty. Let's see, we'll get that a little bit closer for everybody to see the detail. It almost looks like buttons on there. Thomas, how long did it take for you to do this picture? Yeah, it is a lot of coloring. And I think he's got good color balance in it. Check out the pinks down here, and also, let me get a pointer. Oh, Stephanie, you thought they were buttons? And then he's got some pinks up here to balance that out. See it? The pinks and the oranges. And then, for the blues, which are here, blues and purples up at the top, a few in the center, and then on this side here. So, Thomas, good job. We'll give him a attaboy. Thomas, thanks for posting that. I'm glad you finally figured out your email. Oh, it took you a week to do this. All right. Well, I'm glad you finally got it posted. That's great. Some of you guys need to find that applause button. Whoops! There you go, I'm clapping. So Thomas, are you taking a bow? Stephanie, no, I didn't see your question. Let's see. Oh, Michelle says she's fine, and she wants to know how I'm doing. I'm doing great. Stephanie, fly that question by me again. Okay, so we're, oh, there we go. Stephanie found the applause button. Amy, yes, I have used white charcoal pencils, and in some instances they are good for going over colors on paper. Oh, Thomas, you're already on a new project, huh? And it's a stained glass. Yes, charcoal is good. Let's see. Here's a actually a Derwent tinted charcoal white. And in some instances, they're good for adding a little extra. Let's see. This is what the Payne's Gray pencil looks like. And it says Payne's Gray. And it says Faber-Castell on it. Stephanie, you'll have to shoot me a picture. I'll take a look at it. Better yet, Stephanie, take a picture of it and post it in the group and tag me. Okay. Set timer for an hour and a half.
1 hour and 30 minutes. Counting down.
All right, I changed my Siri to an Australia guy. Okay, let's do the blanket. I'm going to go ahead and use the same blues that I did on the cap. I got my paper towel to put underneath my hand. And eventually Thomas is going to remind everybody to hit that like arrow. That thumbs up. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of medium . Oh yeah, that Aussie guy is awesome. Oh my. what I need to do is look up a story, and then you can select the text and have Siri read the text so the Aussie guy can read you a story. Mamie, did you know that you can do that? Okay, check out how I'm darkening. Oh, Mamie, what I said is you can look up a story on Google, a text story, and you can select it and have Siri read it to you. So that means the Aussie guy could read you a story in his Aussie voice. Oh. Now, I want you to notice how I'm taking my medium. Oh, Thomas, don't forget to put a please on that request. We don't want to bash people over the head about it. Okay, so everybody see now how I'm using my medium. And I'm just shading in on the side to side. Any questions about that? And I'm just going to shade a little bit underneath that brim, the edge. And I'm still working my medium. Thomas, we're okay. Just mention it once. We're good. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and we'll do the blanket in blue as well. Yeah, Thomas, if you have an iPhone, you can change Siri's voice. So Mimi and I have a nice Aussie guy. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and start with I'm going to start with my dark. Remember when we're doing grayscale, dark, medium, light? Why did I change Siri's voice to the Aussie guy? Because I like the voice. You can change it to different things. British, Indian, Asian Indian. Okay, now. As we're doing this blanket, we need to be picky and get in between these little bumps here. Now be sure when you do that you don't confuse your in-between with your medium blue. Our dark is on the outside. Yes, I like white rice. Jasmine. Everybody see how I'm picking up those little nuances here? But notice that that middle section is mostly medium and light. Thomas, people may not be able to answer because they're coloring. All right, any questions how I'm highlighting that edge? Oh, you have it set to a guy's voice as well, Thomas? There you go. All right, Emily. Oh, I love jasmine rice. See, now I'm going to be hungry for rice, and I'll probably have it for dinner tonight. I like to take jasmine rice, a can of mushroom soup, and hamburger, and make a meal out of that. By the way, if you guys want to show off your groups, those of you whose names are in blue, go ahead and post your link. All right, everybody see how I'm poking through this? Who's coloring this with me tonight? Kitty, go ahead and, okay, there you go, you got it. Kitty's coloring and hobbies, yep. Cool. Sandra, you're coloring. Julie, you are in Procreate. Marcy, you're coloring. Stephanie, adding more detail. Okay, take your time, guys. Kitty's in my mandala book with the pencils. Cool. So, Kitty, what did you think when you saw the rest of those mandalas? Now, remember, even though we're doing these little in-between spots, Emily, you're not coloring. You threw your back out, and so I'm just watching. Emily, didn't that happen to you a while back as well? Is this the second time? Now remember, guys, don't pound your pencil into the paper. Oh, it's the third time. Oh, Emily. Emily, can you wear some kind of back brace? Yeah, you're seeing an orthopedic surgeon that you're calling tomorrow. I have a referral. Okay. And they're supposed to call, but better get my foot in the door because it's happened 3 times since the end of March. Yeah. So this is episode number 3. Okay, gotcha. Remember, guys, don't pile drive your pencil into the paper. We got to blend this. You've always struggled with chronic lower back pain, but nothing like this. Yeah. So you do have one, but you've been using a heating pad and CBD oil. Okay. Okay, now we've got to get that darkest color underneath the chin here. And again, don't forget, we've got to blend that in. Let the pencil do the work. Okay, let's go back up to the left. And for anybody that's new, guys, this image is available for you to color it with me. I always do an image that you guys can color with me. And I always suggest to you that you don't color ahead of me because you never quite know what I'm going to do. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to do. Just kidding. Okay. Oh, the blues are wonderful on this. Now, I'm going to grab my medium pencil while I'm here. Oh, Kitty, you're going to try to save up more money for two of my books. This one and the tutu one. Oh, yeah. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday to one and all. Hi, Moggy. Now, again, same with your dark. Don't pound your pencils into the paper. I'm just coloring over very lightly on our medium. And while I'm here, I'm going to take my Payne's Gray. Actually, I'm going to take my black. We'll do black on this. And underneath here, I'm just going to put in a little bit of black, just to shade that up a little. I'm actually creating a shadow. Stephanie, you colored ahead because you're taking, oh, you're taking a tour later this week, but I'm adding more detail to what you did. Okay. Okay, let's check out how that looks. Guys, grayscale is not hard. And Dana, your baby face looks much better. It looks like you added more layers. Which brings up a good point. When you're doing grayscale, you're not really going to do a one on done when you pass it over with your pencil. You want to very lightly work that area. Thomas, are you coloring right now? Stephanie, you've posted what you've got so far. Excellent. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Now, if you want oh, you're very happy with how it turned out and pleasantly surprised. Yeah, it was just a matter that you hadn't put enough layers on it. Now, we need to improvise a little bit depending on how your piece printed out. So I'm going ahead and I'm adding some rows to this piece. Welcome back, Patricia. How's your mom doing? And then I'm going to come back and add our little divider lines. Be sure to curve them like I'm doing. And be sure to turn your pencil like I've taught you. Okay, I'm going to pop down to the bottom here. I'm working on my medium. Am I the only one that this reminds me of kernels of corn? So, Patricia, is your mom nice and feisty? And notice that I'm going to improvise that line since it didn't come out as dark. And then I'm going to use my medium on my edges here. Oh, I asked her, is your mom nice and feisty? And while I've got my medium in my hand, we'll go ahead and do this area right here. Oh, she can be embarrassing? Cool. You need to get her to come into this group. Now, I want you to notice when I'm adding these lines here, I'm going in, I came down with this one, up with this one. So we want to go in the opposite direction like a little V. Good grief, now I'm hungry for hamburger and rice. Oh, you're getting ready to go back into your office and color? Okay, Thomas. Okay. Then, just below in this area here, we've got our medium and then little light areas. Now I'm going to come in with my light. And I'm going to go back up to my right, the baby's left. And I'm going to start blending all of this together. Check it out. So the white pencil, in effect, becomes your blending pencil. And I want you to notice how I'm going over these areas, Dana, more than once. Once you put in your medium and your dark, going over it with your light pencil is not going to erase those colors. Or obliterate them is what I should say. I'm treating my lightest pencil like I would a blender pencil. Let me pull out. Let me grab some water. I get yucky and focused and I forget to drink my water. Okay. See how I'm working that color in? And every little thing that we put in medium and dark is now showing up beautifully. Again, don't forget to turn your pencil. Now, I also want you to notice oh, Kitty, absolutely you can mention. And not only can you mention it, I think you can go ahead and put in the link to it. I've done that. When I reviewed a product that I use, if I review it on Amazon, I mention that I use it for my streaming channel. Thank you, Kitty. Now, notice how I'm blurring these medium little kernels that I put in. Kitty, that is so sweet. Guys, it would be so helpful if you purchased a book from me. Please, please, please review it on Amazon, would you? Okay, see how I've blurred these lines? Now, if you want your lines to be blurred a little bit more, you can come back and gently go over them. But go over them a little wider than how you put the initial line on. So in other words, you're making a fatter line out of it. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. Do it very lightly. Now I'm going to be hungry for popcorn. Let's take a look at this. And then right back over it with my light pencil. Yeah, I think on reviews on Amazon you can put the actual link. Kitty, that's so sweet of you to do that. Okay. Lightest pencil. Don't forget to turn it. And notice how I'm doing little circles on it. And then I'm going to come in with my medium and very carefully blur these lines a little bit. Let me pull in closer so you can see how I'm doing that. Oh, it's your first time doing a review on a coloring book. Cool. Everybody see how I'm doing little micro circles on these lines? In effect, guys, you want to blur these little knobbies a little bit. Welcome to anybody that's come in new. This image is available for you to color with me. It's meant as a specific teaching tool. Thank you, Maggie. And don't forget, I'll be doing my Disney book later on in the broadcast. Everybody see how I'm blurring that line? You want it to look fuzzy. It's a blanket. Any questions on how to do that? Now let's go back up to our previous area here. Little teeny tiny circles of my medium color. And then I'm emphasizing the lines in between. Any questions? Let's go ahead and darken this line a little bit. Dana, don't be afraid of your pencils. And I'm going to darken this area, this line right here, and come in a little bit. Let me pull out. Finger blend. We're going to mush that just a little bit more. Oh, Dana, cool. Now, if you feel that you want a little more blending, use your paper towel with your nubbies. Don't forget to move around on your paper towel. And Dana was the one who wasn't thrilled with grayscale. Now, you may have to play with your lines a little bit, your popcorn lines, which I'm calling them now. To soften that line up a little bit. So I've got my medium pencil, and I'm just working through here on this piece. So what I'm doing is I'm literally blending those lines and softening them up. You want them to be a little fuzzy, no pun intended. And again, don't be afraid of your pencils, because through the magic of the way pencils are, your colors underneath don't disappear. Now, if you keep at it, of course, at some point in time, your colors are gonna get mushy. There is a stopping point. So what I'm able to do here is take my medium pencil and work up little circles. See? And notice how everything underneath stays intact. Let's go ahead and do that a little more on this side. I'm just blurring these lines now. Does that make sense, guys? People think that when they do something like this and color on top of their previous colors, they're going to ruin it. Judith Moyi, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. See how I'm blurring that? Judith, what brings you to my group? No problem, Dana. I think we're creating a coloring addict. All right, just a little more blending. And Dana is discovering now the joys of grayscale. Okay, now, so Judith, do you adult color, or are you here for the companionship? Or now check out my medium color. I need to use this up near here to even out my colors. Little circles along each channel. So this channel here, oh, that's great, Judith. How long have you been coloring? How pretty is that? All right, let's work on the rest of this blanket. Three years in the coloring community, but you've been coloring ever since you were little. When did you get into adult coloring, Judith? Okay, medium color over here now. We need to go ahead and, oh, since 2015, cool. Now I'm going to use my medium here and just define some of these lines. Again, I'm doing this very, very lightly. Judith, do you have a printer? And would you like to color this piece with me? Okay. Now let's go ahead and get a little more of this pattern in here. Okay, then I'm going to come in with my light. Well, Dana, now we're breaking you out of just swatching them. Yeah, Dana, you can leave it muted. What are you planning on doing with it? Hello, my Linda. Thomas, you still watching? Judith, do you have a printer? Oh, my Linda's thumb number 15. Okay, then I'm going to come in with my dark. Crayola are wonderful pencils. Now, I'm taking my dark color and I'm very lightly tinting over the top. I think we're going to have a grayscale addict in Dana. Okay, Thomas, good. Check out how cool this is looking. Dana, how do you mean muted? Let me pull out here. Questions, comments? Now, these little quilted puffy things are a little tricky, but I've showed you how to navigate through them. Oh, they're different marks? Okay. Oh, Judith, you don't have internet at your house? Okay, and you don't post nothing on YouTube? Okay. Well, Judith, come on in for the company and chat and seeing pretty pictures. Any questions or comments? Open timer. Well, Dana, the only way that you're going to learn is to try. It's not hard to make these little stitch marks. Okay. Now, one of the things that we can do this one of two ways. And I'll let you guys decide how you want me to do this. I can color this as though this, thank you, Emily. I can color this as though this blanket is coming out the side of the eggshell. Or I can color it as though it's part of the teddy bear. How do you guys want me to do this? Stephanie, you colored it from the bear. Teddy bear, teddy bear, teddy bear. Part of the bear, teddy bear. Oh, gee, okay. We can do that. Now, if I were going to make it part of coming out of the eggshell, I would have drawn in a little additional sweater or stitching up here at the top to make it look like it was coming through. But I thought I would leave that to you guys as to how you wanted it to look. All right, teddy bear, greens, light, medium, and dark green. Pick the shades that you want, or the colors that you want in your greens. So guys, tell me how your day went today. Win, lose, or draw. Kitty had a win. Oh, cool. Dana, you've had a win. Emily had a lose because of her back, I'm sure. All right, guys, tell me about your wins. Patricia, tell me about your big win. Hallelujah. Stephanie, win, colored all day. Dana, a win, got out of bed today. Yep. Oh, it's very windy here, so you spent the day in the studio coloring. Draw. Michelle has to go for an EGD test tomorrow to check on her ulcer. Okay. Judith, you've been coloring Selena Finish? Kitty says, because of the book, getting her book and helped outside with yard work. Maggie, you had a family dinner? Cool. Emily, Derek is sleeping already. Okay. All right, let me swatch my colors for you. Kitty, white with a little bit of gray or blue? Okay, these are my greens. Here's my dark. Here's my medium. Thomas, you have a win because you made it to live stream on time, yes. And teacher, do you know if I could do you know if I could order your books, but I just can't? I'm sorry, Thomas, could you restate? Oh, do I know that if you could order my books, you would? Okay. Well, Thomas, I appreciate that. Okay. Let's attack this other scarf. Thomas, you don't need to apologize. Okay, I'm starting my dark gray. And we'll go ahead and start. Yeah. Sure, Dana. There's my dark, medium, and light. Everybody got it? Okay. Marcy, you got it? All right, good. Now, again, when you do your darker areas, don't pound your pencil in, because remember, just like that other chain on the blanket, we've got to blend these. And if you come in gangbusters, Jolly, hi Jolly. I'm sorry, I must have missed you earlier. If you come in like gangbusters with your pencils, you're going to make it harder to blend. Dana, I want you to work on doing that chain on that blue blanket. If you keep avoiding everything that intimidates or scares you, you'll never progress in adult coloring. Jolly, you just slipped in the door, huh? Okay. And then our dark green is going to come down next to the teddy bear. And then while I'm here, I'm going to come in not with medium but with light. Now listen to me guys, because we're in such a dark area, sometimes you have to improvise. So I'm going to come in with light, and then I'm going to use my light pencil to blend this darker part here. I just want to kick that up a little bit. Amy, you're coloring a tree house inspired by Linda. Oh. Okay. Dana, you'll work on the stitch marks on a piece of scratch paper. I made my own marks on my blanket and I like it a bit muted. Okay. Dana, what I would do, instead of doing it on scratch paper, just print the image out again. And practice the stitch marks on that. Okay, I've opted to use my lighter green. Even though it called for medium. Okay, Thomas, thank you. And then I am going to pull my medium. And we'll work up these little areas in between. So medium down here. Let me pull in a little bit. And then I'm going to come in. So notice my medium now is just being used to identify and mark and detail the chain. And then I'm going to come in with my light. And I'm going to blend right over this. Check it out. And again, notice this is not a one and done with the light. I'm coming back and I'm blending to soften everything up. Look how cool that looks. And then I'm going to come back with a white pencil. And on that very edge, it was very light, I'm going to put a little bit of a shine on there. And then I'm going to bring that white down, and I'm also going to lighten up these little stitches with that white. Now, remember what I always tell you. Finger blend. You don't want to see the white of the color pencil. You want to see the effect. So you don't want to see a bunch of white spots on here. Notice how I'm lightening up that area parallel to that edge. Any questions? And for anybody new that's watching this broadcast, we can get this image to you and you can color along. That's the point. That's why I call it a duet. Okay. Let's work the area here around the neck. Yeah, the part in front of the egg is part of the blanket. Oh, you're talking about underneath the flower? Yes, I'm going to make that part of the blanket. Yes, ma'am. Now, in order to make this look cohesive, let me go back here a little bit. This little knobby thing that's sticking out, I'm going to make that part of the blanket as well. That way it'll be less confusing to everybody. Then we've got the medium. And then we've got the light. Let there be light. Stephanie, you colored it as part of the eggshell? That works. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of dark green. I'm going to round that edge. And then I'm going to add our little lines to make our little nubbies. Stephanie, what you did works. You can make it part of the eggshell as though it's a little, peeling from the egg. That the dark side of the egg is down, that this would be the inside of the shell. Okay. Now, ultimately, I will color that blanket underneath the flower, the green, or the scarf. But I want to go ahead and work on this part by the teddy bear. So I'm going to start with my dark green. Okay, Judith, I was just checking to see if we could get this image to you. And then I'm going to jump in with my lightest pencil. So it's going to ultimately happen is I'm going to be blending with my medium. So here's my light. And then my medium. Judith, how are you watching this broadcast if you don't have a computer? Are you watching through your iPad or iPhone or smart device? All right, little tiny circles. Now this area looks a little weird right now where I've ended the scarf, but trust me, once we start working on the fur, this will make sense. So this is my light. And then I'm going to come back with dark. Dana, is the one you have your hand on now the light? I'm sorry, I moved my hand. Guys, there's a little bit of lag in the broadcast of probably about 2 to 3 seconds. Sorry, Dana. Okay, so I'm going to come back with my dark. And I'm going to define my little kernels now. I'm calling them kernels. Yeah, that's a problem because, like Dana was asking me where you have your hand on, I'd already moved. So if you guys want to describe an area, you need to be very specific. For example, you might want to say right under the area where the line of the mouth intersects the scarf. That will help me. Okay. check out my highlighting now with my dark. And I'm very, very lightly, because you don't want it to look contrived and you don't want it to look streaky, defining those little kernels. Judith, join my Facebook group and you can post your pictures, your colorings. Just be sure to indicate author and title. I just need to step in with a little bit of this light because I accidentally colored over on it. Patricia, good night. I've got another hour. Now I'm going to blend over the top with my light. That brings all the colors together. Good night, Patricia. Good night, Patricia. Good night, Patricia. So glad you joined us tonight. Good night, Marcy. Amy. Look on the back of the book and there should be a publisher that published your book. If it's got the publisher, go ahead and add that. Any questions? Okay, next project. Thank you, Jolly. All right. I'm so dehydrated. Let me grab some more water here. All right, Thomas. Thank you for letting me know you were back. Okay. Now I'm going to work on the clouds. And then I'm going to add a couple things to the bottom, and then we can call this done. It says Distrobi Flower Pot Children. Yes, Amy, that's perfect. Thomas, I saw you. Okay. Now, as you can see, we've got purples and grays. Jolly good night. These are basically our storm clouds. Sandra, good night. Stephanie, good night. So I'm going to add this purple. Will somebody tell Thomas that we can all see him? And then I'm going to add some purple down here because we've got a bank of clouds that are low to the skyline. Thomas, can you hear me? Now, in this case, to do our storm clouds, they're not really storm per se. They're just a little bit darker. And check out how I'm adding additional clouds behind his head. Now let's go ahead and carry this over. And our purple stuff goes up the side a little bit. Now, again, unfortunately, the artist who drew in this book from the picture just basically scribbled in the clouds instead of being more accurate. So now we're in somewhat a guess and by gosh. And that's okay, we can still emulate what's going on. Oh, that's right, today is Cinco de Mayo, isn't it? Guys, happy Cinco de Mayo. Okay. And let's go ahead and add some more purple here. And then we've got a little puffy cloud up here. I'm going to put a little bit of that purple on the top. And then we've got a little bit of our purple up here. All right. Let me pull out so you can see this. Check out our side by side. Now, what color would you add to that purple in order to get them to look more like this? Dana, by the way, what I wanted to say to you is that I would prefer that if you feel intimidated by something like that stitching and quilting on the blanket, that you just follow my specific lead and do it anyway. That's the only way you're going to learn. Guys, what color would you add to the clouds to enhance them? So really, when you asked me if it was okay to make it more muted and do something different, I should have said no. You're not going to learn that way. And you've already found out through my direction now that you're getting more comfortable with grayscale. Okay, the answer is gray. So I'm going to take a medium gray. And add that to the clouds. Look how cool that looks. And I'm also going to hit that cloud in the upper right hand corner. I got to bend my page back a little bit. Now, notice that I'm putting this gray, I'm not running it all the way out to the end. I'm putting it more in the middle. And I'm just going to do a slight finger blend. Then I'm going to come down to the horizon. And I'm going to tint in gray. Check it out. Moggy gray is going to work better than blue because we want that storm cloud look. It's a stormy sunset. All right. Let's get some gray behind him. And what Moggy is saying, Dana, is when you go ahead and incorporate what I'm showing you, all I ask for is you do your best. And there's no judgment. All right, let's get some gray here. Now, I help people by critiquing. So Dana, don't take that as judgment. All right, let's put a little gray around the bottom here. And then we're going to come up to the top. With that gray. All right, let's take a look at this whole piece now. Check it out. The only thing, guys, that I ask in this group is that you try. If you're not willing to try, I can't help you. I'm just adding a little light shading here. Just a touch up. Okay. Next color. Orange. A little bit of finger blending. All right. Now, basically what I'm showing you is how to do storm clouds. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add orange. Now, the neat thing about adding this orange is that it makes it look like, I forgot my little cloud here. Poor little guy. The orange makes it look like that the cloud is being lit by the sun. So we're going to be doing that on the edges. See how I'm doing that? Finger blend. Anywhere that sun is starting to hit is where we want to add that orange. And of course I'll pull out to show you this. Let's see where I want to put that. All right. And notice how my oranges are on the edges, right? And I'll bring a little, and then I'll bring a little bit down into it. So there's my edge. There I'm bringing it down a little. Now remember, on your clouds, even inside like this, they're going to have orange on the edges. That's why I'm adding that in the middle. And we want to blend that in. Isn't that pretty right there? Right there where my pencil is. And then I'm going to slide that over this way. Now, there's an area where there's a dark gray cloud, according to the original. So I'm just going to add a little bit of a darker gray right here. And I'm going to finger blend that. And then I'm going to add a little bit of a black right here to define another cloud. And I'm going to finger blend that. And then I'm going to continue with my orange towards the outer edge. And I'm going to bring that orange out a little bit underneath our bird. Now, if that looks weird, which it does, I'm going to add just a little bit of purple to, in effect, create a cloud there. And then I'm going to come up to my next cloud. We'll add some orange on the bottom and carry that all the way out. Let me pull out. I don't want to pull out too far. And then on this big cloud here, we're going to have orange all the way across the bottom. Now, keep in mind that our bright sun is approximately here. All right. Thank you, Thomas. Everybody knows that I don't yell at them. Of course not. All right, let's pull out and take a look at this. What do you think now? Hey, Brittany. Okay, paper towel. I'm going to blend my sky. Don't forget to change up your finger placement on your paper towel because that wax gets caught up in the little nubbies. Okay. Check it out. I'm going to move my camera up just a little bit more. There we go. Check it out. Again, guys, don't be afraid of your pencils. Now, I also want you to notice that I'm blending in little circles. Thomas, Vicky is a 42-pound dog, and because of my camera setup, it's not easy for, well, it's impossible for me to bring her up on my desk. All right. Now, I'm going to come in with a medium blue, and I'm going to, after I erase out a color I accidentally put in there, okay. I'm going to come in with a, do I think that newbies are afraid of all the steps that I go through? I'm going to come in with a medium blue that's on the light side. Linda, usually when people see my teaching style, they understand that I lead them through the coloring step by step. So if they're willing to follow that, there's no issue. That's why I talk about this group saying the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring, because I tell you what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, and why. Okay, very light blue. And the trick is to put it on in such a way that it doesn't streak. Yeah, exactly, Linda. They need to realize they can do it. No, it won't be as good because they have to practice. And then eventually they will get to the point of coloring well. Now, I want you to notice that I'm using the side of the pencil. Oh, Judith, you hate blending colors together. I like color just straight and working on Selena Finish, and you're just using blue and green. Okay, so that's all you color with is just the two colors. Linda, I can only do so much with people. You know, what's the saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Okay, let's get a little bit of our light blue over here. All right, let me pull out. Linda, what would scare you? Leading you to water? All right, check out the blue that we've got. Now, I'm going to use a blending pencil on this blue. Because I want it to be nice and smooth. It's okay. And again, I was using the side. Oh, that would scare you, only coloring with two colors. Okay, gotcha. And then we can continue to blend with our finger. Then I'm going to come in with a light purple over that blue. Now, the reason that I'm using these colors is because when you think of a sunset, these are the colors you're going to see. And blue and purple is a perfect color to put together. And I also want you to notice that the purple is acting as a blending pencil. And yes, you can color with one pencil, you use different shades of it. Emma. Emma. Get in your bed. Go on. Get in your bed. And finger blending again to smooth it out. Check it out. Hold on, guys. I got to help Vicki with something for a second. Okay, Vicki, come on. Go. Out. Go on out. Come here. Okay. Now, my eraser, make sure it's clean. I've got a little blue on it from another project. Well, from earlier on this one, actually. And now I'm going to go through and I'm going to erase around the sun area. Oh, Judith, that's great that you're on Instagram. Now, when you do the sun, common sense should tell you that that lightness is going to go vertically. I mean, obviously it's lighting things horizontally as well, but right now we want to emphasize the vertical. And I want you to notice that I'm making the area at the top a little bit wider. All right, let's pull out. Check it out. Now, if you got a little wide with your sun, which I did, I'm just going to narrow it up a little bit with my yellow pencil. Isn't that cool? There we go. All right. Now, I've got 10 more minutes here. I may run a little bit over, but I want to show you something cool. I'm not done with this. I have to do the birds up in the sky and our little bird over here. Oh, Kitty, you colored one of the angels on the first page of the mandala book with using the light, medium, and dark technique, and you'll post it to WIP on Facebook. Excellent. Okay. So a little more on the sky tomorrow. A little bit of tweaking and I can call this one done. All right. Now, I told you before that I've got these, oh, there's no label on it. Oh, there's a label. I've got these little craft seashells. Now, if you have something like this, I put in a little bit of bubble wrap, and that protects the shells. So, what I'm going to do, I think you can see where I'm going with this. Hallelujah. Amen. Amen. I'm going to use my Elmer's glue. And I'm going to put a few of these seashells around the bottom. Now, I would suggest the tinier ones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a few of these around the bottom. Now, you certainly don't need many. And I want you to notice that I'm putting the larger ones, if I do go with a larger size, I'm putting the larger ones at the bottom. Yes, I got them on Amazon. Remind me at 10:15 p.m. to post the link for the miniature seashells in my group.
Okay, I've added post a link for the miniature seashells in my group for tonight at 10:15 p.m.
Let's see. I think I'm going to dump some of these into the cup so I can pull out the smaller ones. Now, again, you don't have to worry about the added thickness. You'll still be able to close your book. Yes, it's going to bulge just a little bit. Kitty, do you want me to send you the link? Okay, so I've got teeny tiny ones here. I'm going to group a couple of these to make it look natural. Okay, kitty, when you're ready, just ask me. Okay, I think that's enough. It's a really good assortment of shells. Good night, Dana. I've got about 4 more minutes, guys. I should be done by then. Now, if you want to be a little cheeky, I think this is cute. Thomas, I've sent Dana that link. And yes, she needs to order that book. Okay, now I'm going to put a seashell on the mermaid's bathing suit. If that isn't ridiculously cute, I don't know what is. Are you guys chuckling with me for doing this? Now, these shells are very light, so they will stick beautifully. Okay, let's go towards the bottom. Yeah, now that's detail, that's right. So I've got a shell by the octopus. I've got one a little bit lower. Now I do have this one bigger seashell right here. Hang with me, guys, I won't be much longer. Let me pull out just a little bit. I'm going to put a couple of seashells here by the bottom of the heart. Guys, what do you think of the seashells? Do you like it or not your cup of tea? Kitty, you like it? I need to put a little more glue here. Now, notice how I have this seashell pointing upward into our little harp player. So I've got one laying here along the bottom. And again, guys, these things are ridiculously light. So you won't have any problems using them. And again, if you don't like something, just say not my cup of tea. All right, and then I'm going to put one right in the corner here. Now, I want you to notice that I'm not going to orient this seashell in the same direction as this one. Otherwise, it's going to look funny. In fact, I've got this thing right here that's sticking up. I'm going to put it right over that. Check it out. All right. Let me pull out. Now, what do you notice about the seashells on this picture? What I want you to notice is this. They are not intrusive at all. And when you first look at this picture, it takes you a minute to realize that we've got this addition on it. Actually, Thomas, it's seashell on the breast. So every single seashell on this page is not sticking out like a sore thumb. That's the big thing that I want you to see. Okay guys, I'm ready to wrap up. Let me pull out again for you. And you can get a pretty good comparison of the page. Sorry, I'm just trying to line up my camera. Any questions or comments on this page? I'm thinking it looks pretty good. I've got a couple more things to do in the sky, and then we can call this done, and that means I'm going to be starting up another picture. Got to color the bird. Got to take care of the birds in the sky. We're in good shape. All right. No problems, Thomas. All right, so we worked on Disney. We worked on our Eggshell Cuties Jubilee. I think we're getting a good deal on this. Guys, take care. Have a great rest of the evening. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. I will see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. I'll be continuing on this. I'll wrap up the Disney picture, and I will be starting a new image. Oh my gosh, excuse me. As our second coloring. Good night, guys. Take care. Love on each other. That's what we're known for. Kitty, good night. All right, guys. Till tomorrow night then. Bye.